Welcome to RSAC 2026. I'm Adrian Sanabria, and joining me today is Idan Plotnik, co-founder and CEO at Apiiro. Thanks for joining me today, Idan.
Thank you for having me.
How's the show been for you so far?
It's busy,
Yeah?
so busy.
Any surprises or exactly what you expected?
No, AI, and
Yeah,
more
yeah.
AI
Do you
in
think,
cyber.
So I traditionally stayed away from predictions, but I wonder if this will be the last year that it's entirely dominated by AI, because AI is just creating so many challenges in other areas. I wonder if AI goes more to the background, and next year we see data security and identity and
I think
AppSec.
it will. Yes, absolutely.
Because we don't talk about big data anymore, right?
We do not.
It's still
no, it's
there.
not. It's not sexy anymore.
Yeah.
But I think that based on what you said, yes, you will see more and more attacks that are coming because of the rapid adoption. I've never seen. I'm 24 years in cyber. I've never seen such a rapid adoption of a technology. Like last year, all of our Fortune 500 companies that we serve and partner with, everyone adopted AI coding agents
Yeah.
at scale in production. It's even
All
faster.
roadmaps got rewritten.
And it's even faster than cloud and all the
Yeah.
others. So I think that the outcome from us as a cybersecurity practitioners, we will see this next year. All the major breaches, and this is what I think will happen, because the developers doesn't write the code anymore. They write in English. They don't understand the code. It changes the software architecture every minute. So I think we will see the consequences very soon.
Yeah. Yeah, so let's dive into that. Developers not understanding what what they're doing, they understand their intent, right? And
Yep.
they try and describe this intent and pass this intent to an AI model, which generates the code.
Yep.
So obviously, this creates a lot of problems. Now you become very dependent on the AI, right?
Yep.
Because if you want to troubleshoot the code, if you want to fix the code,
fix the
update
vulnerability,
code,
yeah.
the AI models, it doesn't make sense now to read it manually and try and understand it. You're still going to use that AI model as that lens, as that tool to do anything with the code from then on.
Yeah,
right?
I think this is a major shift in software development. For us as a company that developed a moat, which we deeply understand in near real time your software architecture, it created a huge opportunity, because now CISOs lost control. So to gain control, you need visibility and inventory that is accurate. So now with our technology, every CISO can understand the evolving software architecture for now coding agents that are write the code. So this is the first layer that we see as an opportunity. Okay.
Yeah.
The second thing, just maybe a general statement. In cybersecurity, you need something deterministic. You cannot block the pull request, or you cannot fix something and one fix will look like that, and the same vulnerability, the fix will look different. You need something deterministic. So this is why we think about a data fabric that contains the software graph that changes from code to runtime in real time. On top of that, you have a risk graph that deeply understand what's the impact to your business, what's the risk policies, what are the compliance requirements. And on top of this data fabric, we have a guardian agent, a specialized AppSec agent that doing the reasoning on top of the deterministic data fabric. So every fix is reliable. Every prompt that maybe we'll talk about this in a minute, but we developed a patented technology that's called secure prompt. We take the prompt when you write it in Claude or Cursor, it's agnostic to the coding agent, and we enrich it with the software graph to guide and guard the agent to write secure and compliant code. With this technology, we were able to reduce, or I would say prevent, over 83% of vulnerabilities of SAST, SCA, and secrets without going through triage, without opening tickets, without bombarding developers with all shift left alerts to their pull request, and without training them.
Right.
You don't need to train them. So focus on the intent, as you said, and we will guard the coding agent based on your organizational policy and based on your evolving software architecture from code to runtime. And this is how we guard the coding agents to write secure code with zero vulnerabilities.
So I want to try and understand like where this fits within CI/CD and the SDLC here. If I'm using something like Codex or Claude Code, this is somehow in line with that, and it's largely transparent to the developer, whatever we call them now, the vibe coder.
Yeah, the vibe coder.
That's typing the prompts.
Yes. So let's.
Is that correct?
It is.
Okay.
But if we double click, there are two layers.
Okay.
One where you connect to the entire development environment or infrastructure. You connect to the source control manager, you can connect to other systems, and then the Guardian agent is a seamless agent on the coding agent like Claude and Cursor, and it communicates with the data fabric, with the software graph, and automatically for every prompt, it's seamlessly, like the developer doesn't need to get any alert, you don't need to block them.
Yeah.
They can see. It's not invisible. It's seamless for the experience, but it's not invisible. If the developer wants to see how we enrich the prompt into a secure prompt, they can see it in their Cursor or Claude, but it's seamless. You don't need to deploy any agent or any, plugin.
But if I want to get better, so the goal isn't necessarily to train them on better prompting. Like if you do the better prompting for me?
We enforce it. So we make sure that every code that is being generated by Claude is secure by design, but also compliant by design, which is a huge problem for, again, our customers. They're Fortune 2000, okay?
Yeah.
They have compliance and regulatory requirements, and how they enforce them or make sure to the assurance process, questionnaires or guardrails after the fact.
Yeah.
We do it before code was generated. So it's not only the secure coding standard. We know that your application is PCI v4 compliant. So we know what are the requirements for this specific application, and we enrich the prompt with the guidelines for PCI v4, but also on how to implement CSRF and input validation, and how to store secrets in the right KMS service that you use in this specific software architecture. And you don't need the static rules or things like that, from the 90s, like in a firewall. It doesn't work at scale. Everyone are talking about static rules in Claude, or it doesn't work at the scale of the large enterprises. So we dynamically enrich every prompt and make sure it's secure and compliant. And this is our unique technology for the Guardian agent. So we think about this, one last sentence is from reactive detection to proactive seamless prevention. We prevent for the first time in AppSec before code is generated.
Gotcha. So it's so I want to talk about how this changes, the software development lifecycle itself. We've had things in the past, secure code training, shift left, all this stuff. Does all this, and even thinking about how AppSec works, is all this out the window? Are we basically rebuilding this from the ground up right now?
I would say absolutely yes. I will. It's a very we are in a very interesting era where everything changed across the software development lifecycle. Everything. Yeah. I don't think that secure training will be efficient. Or right now, who do you train?
Yeah, what's the point? Yeah.
The agent writes
or
the code.
yeah.
So you don't need to train me,
Yeah.
train the agent. This is what we're doing with the secure prompt.
Yeah.
I do think that it's not a small project anymore, science project. This is at scale. I'm talking about,
Yeah.
we have a customer with 12,000 developers. All of them are now writing prompts, and they don't look at the code.
That's a lot of
Which
code.
it is, and now Claude Code Security announced that they have an auto fix. The problem is not to generate code with vulnerability and then after the fact
Right.
fix it, because I don't understand the code. So what do you want me to take responsibility to fix the code that I didn't write?
Yeah.
Okay, and all the CISOs that I'm talking to, they're not at the level of confidence of saying, yes, we will give the AI coding agent the ability to fix our vulnerabilities. We need a human in the loop, okay? What we are saying, we will prevent these vulnerabilities from being generated with the secure prompt. So it's, of course, think about WAF or firewalls or even antivirus.
Yeah.
They started all from prevention. So they prevented the 80 to 90% of the known issues.
Yeah.
And then deal with the 10%, which are the most sophisticated attacks. So same concept here. We want to prevent before code is being generated. I would just say to your comment earlier on shift left, what was shift left? What is all about? Is taking my SAST, SCA, and secrets vulnerabilities, and from the UI of the AppSec engineer to the UI of the developer, the pull request, the ticketing systems. So it's taking the same noisy alerts without any context and bombard the developer with so many tasks.
Because it's still after the code is written.
Yes,
right?
but it's also created friction between AppSec to developers. And we said we cannot do the same thing. We need to learn from past mistakes.
Yeah.
So for the first time in the industry, we introduced seamless prevention.
Right.
It reduces think about stop the bleeding, while we also do the auto fix to reduce the backlog, but with the context of the entire software architecture from code to runtime.
And it's attractive because the whole benefit of letting AI create the code is you're reducing friction. You're everything is happening more quickly. So if the security product response to that is let's slow this down,
more.
Yeah.
No, if you would slow down developers now, you're in a big mess, and it's a mess that you need to deal with the CEO of the company.
Yeah.
Because the CEO of the company now, even in Fortune 500 companies, you want to see metrics of velocity in the software development because
mandated.
Yes, because this is what makes the business, the software that you developed, serve your customers, and you need to be competitive against all the other vendors out there. How do you become more competitive? You produce more features and more agents that are running simultaneously on your computer.
So we've just got a few minutes left, but I still have so many questions. Is there a particular model that you recommend that works best with what you do? Are you focused at all on what model is being used?
So we are agnostic, okay? We are using multiple models, and the customer can choose whatever they want, because some of our large, very, very large customers, they have their own models, or not, they host the Anthropic or Gemini in their environment. So we use that, okay? But our core intellectual property is the software graph from code to runtime, and understanding the risk on top of that, and then enrich the model. We have a benchmark that we're going to release on both compliance and vulnerabilities that these models generate, with and without Apiiro Guardian Agent.
Okay.
So it's coming very soon.
Awesome. You're going to have to come on my podcast
Let's
because
do it.
I still have questions and we're out of time. But But Idan, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you
Great
for
conversation.
Thank you for having me. And we are literally in an evolution
Yeah.
in the software development and the cybersecurity era with AI.
Yeah, very exciting. Thank you again.
Thank
To learn more about Apiiro, you can visit securityweekly.com/Apiiro RSAC. For full RSAC 2026 coverage from Cyber Risk Alliance, visit securityweekly.com/RSAC. Stick around. We'll be right back with another one in just a few moments.